Guys, what is up? How's it going? In this video, I want to share with you my understanding of why do people, especially people who are doing drop shipping or e-commerce, why do they struggle when it comes to making money from Facebook ads? And if their ads are not performing, then what are the reasons why? The reason why I choose to speak about this today is because I have come across a lot of people who ask this similar kind of questions in the comments about that, hey Rohan, I have the campaign structure done and I'm running CBOs, I'm doing ABOs, and they have their own methods of doing things. Some are using the broad targeting systems, and some are using the audience interest targeting based system, and they all are struggling. So I've picked up patterns from the comments here, and I'm going to share my experience of why people struggle, like what are the reasons which are outside of the campaign structures. Okay, so apart from the campaign structures, I'm going to talk about that. So the first thing I want to tell you is the campaign structures are, you can say that probably one piece of the puzzle only. It's not the entire, you won't solve your entire challenge of making money from Facebook ads and having a profitable business, especially when it comes to drop shipping or e-commerce, just by understanding the campaign structures. Campaign structures are not the secret. If you go on, say for example, websites like Internshala, right, or any other website which is offering, I'm sweating right now because I just come out of gym. So if you go to any website which is like Internshala, where you can hire people or freelancers, right, you will see that media buyers are usually the least paid. And I want to ask you, why do you think that is the case? And the reason is simple, because media buyers are mostly like button pushers. And unfortunately, it is not the era which is like 10 years back that we had, like media buyers had the edge over everybody else, because now AI is there anyway. So, and plus on top of it, platforms like Meta, they are now going aggressive on AI image recognition model to help advertisers optimize their ad campaigns and ad sets and whatnot. So media buyers are not, that's why they are not the highest paid, is what I'm saying, compared to people who are like, for example, copywriters or people who are great in ideating creative content, like creative ideas, etc. Why? So I want to tell you that campaign structures are just one piece of the puzzle, but it's not the entire puzzle. Okay, and the reality is that you'll have to, if you want to become good at this craft and you want to make money from Facebook ads, then you'll have to become good at all the different areas in order to ultimately make money. Okay, and this is the truth. So why do people fail apart from campaign structures? Like, what's that reason? The first is choosing the wrong market. Okay, so choosing the product that is extremely competitive, or it is very old, it's nothing new. So that's number one. Second reason is that they are not tapping into ad creatives, like they're just picking up things from different places and just copying other people's content, like when it comes to ad ideas and ad angles and ad designs and images and videos, and just picking things up randomly from all over the place, all over the internet, and just deploying those ads thinking that they will make money, and then they struggle. That's another reason. So plus the third reason I feel is that they don't understand human psychology, consumer psychology, buying behavior. They don't understand that. They don't understand what exactly is driving people to buy the products. Like for instance, you want to buy a perfume, okay, but what are the actual what is the root cause behind you choosing to buy a perfume? What is the reason behind it? What's the bottom line reason? So there are like hidden factors, and there are visible motivators, and there are invisible motivators. This is a concept I usually talk about, visible motivators and invisible motivators. So usually everybody can see the visible motivators because they are easy to spot because they are visible, right? But the game begins, and people who are able to tap into the invisible motivators, things that motivate people to make a buying decision, which is not like visible publicly, right? People would not discuss that or say that publicly. It's the hidden desire they have. It's the hidden motivator that kind of motivates people to finally take that buying decision, right? So like if I want to buy a perfume, then one is my visible motivator, which is what I would talk about in public. Like, for example, hey, I want to smell good. Hey, I just like this perfume. Hey, I want to smell good. It makes me feel fresh. It makes me feel good about myself. These are more like visible buying motivators. Then there are invisible buying motivators, like hidden factors responsible. For instance, hey, I want to smell good so that people like me. I want to smell good so that people compliment me. You see what I'm saying? I'm just making this up, but I'm just saying, now these are the things that people usually will not talk about, majority of people. And these are the hidden factors, the hidden motivators that will drive conversions and these are the factors that actually provide the selling power to your products. And you have to learn how to utilize this principle and apply this in your ads, so that your product starts to tap into those desires that people have, that can ultimately make them feel understood, right? Which makes them feel like, oh my God, this is exactly what I want because of this reason, right? So I feel this is another reason, solid reason, why people struggle with drop shipping and why they're not able to make money through Facebook ads when they're doing drop shipping and their ads do not perform for long enough. Like their performance of their ad campaigns is very, very inconsistent, and it is mostly because of these reasons, right? Like the product is extremely competitive, and to be very honest, competition is going to be everywhere. So that's not one of the most important reasons, to be honest. I just said it because it is definitely one of the reasons, but it is not one of the most, it's not the key reason, right? I think other reasons that I shared with you are more important. And the list goes on, guys. Like, that's the reality. It all boils down to writing better ads, coming up with more creative ideas and stuff like that, and ultimately understanding the concept of market awareness, market sophistication. So there's a book called Breakthrough Advertising, and this book is by Eugene Schwartz. I came across this book a few years back, and it took me a long time to really deeply understand it, and it changed my life ever since. And that's why our execution to success rate is pretty high, because we understand these concepts. And this is not just from the angle of advertising. Honestly, it is also about choosing the right product to sell, because it helps you understand that, okay, which product can actually fulfill the desires that people have, the hidden motivators and the invisible motivators. Which are those products that can solve those desires? And once we realize that, okay, hey, X product can solve these desires and fulfill these desires, and Y product cannot, so we don't even choose to go after the Y product, because then logically it won't give us the selling power in our ads, and as a result we are not going to make money through Facebook ads, so we don't choose to promote that product. So that's how we look at doing running ads and planning things, products and advertising. So if you're someone who is currently doing drop shipping and e-commerce business model, then utilize these principles that I shared with you. Work hard on the research, try to understand your market really well, and spend more time. I think people underestimate the power of market research extremely. I'm being very, very honest. Your majority of your time initially should be spent on understanding your market deeply, right? Like supremely. Like, for example, I'll tell you, we would spend like days to understand the market. Like, now I am very used to doing it, so I'm pretty fast at it. But if I have a team member joining in for the first time, then I would make that person do market research for like at least 5 to 7 days. So 8 hours a day, the only thing that person is going to do is market research on one product specifically. That's how much of importance we give to market research, and as a result our execution to success rate is pretty awesome because of this reason, right? And lastly, before I wrap this up, I want to tell you another reason why I feel people struggle to make money through Facebook ads is because they're relying on not building businesses, but they are relying on very short-term gains, right? So they will be like, I want to just find one winning product and I want to just run ads to it, and then once people will buy, I'm going to make a lot of money. But unfortunately, this is not a business building approach. And even if you are able to find, all the psychological stuff that gives the selling power to this this product of yours that you are choosing to promote, even if you are able to nail that, it's just a matter of time that you will again start to struggle, because then the other factors will contribute towards your challenges, like for example the business acumen side of the game, and then again you will start to struggle. So the last tip that I want to share with you is that do not rely on just one product. You need to have end-to-end business model established, and that comes down to only one main thing, which is make every customer worth more. And how do you make every customer worth more? By working on lifetime value per customer. How do you increase lifetime value per customer? You increase that by making them buy again from you. You increase that by selling them some subscriptions. You increase that by selling them your high-level premium products, stuff like that. So there are multiple ways you can do this, but ultimately it's all going to contribute to increasing the lifetime value per customer, which is what's going to help you build a stable business. So I know if you're just getting started, a lot of people get hit by shiny object, and people will tell you that, hey, it's so easy, that come build business, make some money, and you will, I did this and I bought my Ferrari in 3 months, and I did this and I bought my Pajero in 2 months, and anybody can do it. I'm just going to source a product from China and then send, we just have to you know what I'm saying. So it's not the ideal way, and for me, that's why I've done drop shipping myself. That's how I think everybody starts, mostly at least in the make money in online space. And the reason why I did not pursue drop shipping was I got success. This is back in 2016-17 era, and I got success, and I was getting sales. I was targeting international countries. But the reason was that it did not fulfill me from the inside. It's a true story. And because customers started to complain when they started to receive the products, they started to show me their dissatisfaction with the emails and everything that we were getting, because they were like, this is a shitty quality product and I do not want to use it, and I did not pay $25 for this, $30 for this, $20 for this. And I was like, this is not a great business to pursue. I think I'm not going to do it. So personally, according to me, I feel that print on demand is still a little better than just drop shipping, like a typical product you source from China or AliExpress or whatever. There's so many other platforms now, but print on demand is still better because it can give you that extra that edge, right? How? Because you can design your prints, right? Like the graphics that goes on the t-shirts or sweatshirts or whatever it is you're selling, caps or whatever, hoodies. At least you'll have that edge that okay, that can become your USP, right? So I think print on demand is a little better. If I have to still choose, I'm going to choose print on demand. But at least always keeping in mind that even if I'll at least keep this in mind. Even if I'm doing print on demand, I still have to work on increasing the lifetime value per customer. So I will work on principles like stuff like that can help me get the customers come again and buy again from me. So I'm going to create a process like that, or I'm going to strategize things accordingly. That's what I feel. I think this is where people lack, and that's why people struggle to make money from Facebook ads, especially if they're doing drop shipping. And there's so much more, honestly, I can just keep talking about, but I feel these are the most important factors that contribute to the success. And if you work on these principles, you will build something substantial, something that will last for a good amount of time, and you will not hop from one thing to another. I hope this video helps. I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.